Alright guys, how's it going? It is a Friday, the 5th of August 2022 and you're watching KopTalk.tv. Alright, first of all I must apologise. I uploaded 3 videos for you yesterday. 2 of them did not encode correctly, which means the image froze, alright, and you could still hear me but it just wasn't right, so I had to delete them. So I've swapped the computer around. That was a Mac Mini I was recording on. Usually it's okay, but I can't be wasting my time like that. So I hope you're okay. Today's Friday, so I'll be seeing the boys later, a few sherbets. But tomorrow night, live on here, we will be having some banter, some music, you know, and some alcohol probably. So if you want to, if you want to come along here at 7:30 p.m. UK time onwards till about midnight one. You know what it's like. We have a good laugh. Starts off very sensible. We have a few sherbets, and before you know it, we're playing balls deep for sure. No. If you don't know what I'm talking about, come along. So yeah, it just gives us a chance to catch up and talk about a few things. So I am recording. I am recording in a new room as well. So I'm experimenting with the audio. So that's it. How are you doing? All right. Yesterday I recorded a video about Trent Alexander-Arnold and Barcelona's alleged interest in him. And basically, I'm going to try and just do a short version of it. And it was really to see what you know, how much you value Trent Alexander-Arnold. I think the suggestion was that that Barcelona are plotting an 80 million euros move for him next summer, which I think translates to 67 million pounds. I should say converts to 67 million pounds, which is an absolute joke. I'm sure you would take 167 million pounds, but if you could put a price on him, what would you put on him? Or would you just ultimately, flat out, there is no, you know, everyone's got a price though. So you can't just say, you know, everyone, people often say that the player's not available, it's not for sale, never for sale, but everyone's got a price. So what stupid money, be realistic, would you take for Trent Alexander-Arnold if you could screw Barcelona for it? I don't think there's any of you who are going to say, yes, 67 million sounds about right. It's just fucking ridiculous. I must say that the reports came from an media outlet called Football Total, okay? And I had a look at this yesterday because I'd never heard of it before. I've got the Twitter account here from yesterday. And, you know, they've got 12,000 followers, you know, on Twitter, for example. I've never heard of it before, and don't forget, and this outlet, sorry, is in Spain, as far as I'm aware. It's certainly Spanish. And, you know, I'm in Spain and I've never heard of it. So I wouldn't pay too much attention. It's very hot in here, by the way. I wouldn't pay too much attention to that. I just think it's nonsense anyway. He had 12 assists in the Premier League last year, which is one less than Salah, who had the most. You know, he's a great player. I was looking at some stuff that Pep Linders was saying about him yesterday, I think it was. And he said, can he score more goals? You know, hopefully. But there is always more to create more, score more, defend better. But he knows this better than anyone else. There is always room to improve. Even for James Milner, there is room to improve. And he's 36. I would say yes. It's only my opinion, but if you see the game in an attacking way, the World Cup should be big for Trent. But also, he gave that position such a creative boost over the last few years. That doesn't read very well, but this is what it says here. If it is only my opinion, but if you see the game in an attacking way, but also he gave that position such a creative boost over the last few years. True or not, it's like how Cafu did in the past. For me, there are no limits, and if you see the game in a certain way, then for sure, but you can see the game in many different ways. That sounds like, that doesn't read very well, but that's exactly what he said. So, I mean, there's no true link with Barcelona, in my opinion, at the moment. You know, I don't think that's a credible outlet. Wouldn't concern me in the slightest. Would he even want to go? I don't think he'd want to go. I really don't. I don't think he's that kind of player. And to me, I don't know about you, but it's really important to have someone that's come through the ranks at Liverpool. Really, really, really important to have that in your team. It's not because you don't want foreigners or anything like that. You know, you want a blend of everything. But I think for Liverpool, it's really important to have, you know, that local boy in there, someone that's come through the ranks, maybe. And it's always a pleasure for me to see a kid, especially if you followed them or heard about them. I don't really follow youth football very much, I've got to be honest, but you get to hear about the ones to watch, you know, and when they're close to knocking on the first team. It's good to see them, you know, coming through. And Trent Alexander-Arnold, for me, is one of our most important players. Without a doubt. We always go for the flair players or the goal scorers, but he's a very important player. And I like his character, as Brendan Rodgers would say. And all round, I just think he's great. I just think he's a great player. But you might have seen the link. And if you've heard rumours and you haven't seen where it's come from, it has come from Spain. It has come from an organisation that I don't know nothing about. So it's not like your usual, you know, bit of knowledge about who they are and why they may be saying it. You know, there's certain publications in Spain that you would say were close to Barcelona and certain that are close, some that are close to Real Madrid. I don't know anything about this network, don't know anything about them, don't mean it's bullshit, but I think it is. So there you go, it's absolutely boiling here. There's no aircon in this room, and there is in the room there, but if I open the door, but I haven't, you're not interested, I should have put the aircon on hours ago. So that's it. So the video really is just to say, don't pay much attention to the source, and could you actually sell him? And if so, how much for? That's it. Okay. Like I said, I'm sorry that I fucked up the video. Well, it weren't me, but you know what I mean. I'm disappointed about it because I did a couple of really long videos for you, and it's my intention to be here with you next week. Okay. I've been in England on my travels and things like that. So just a few things going on, you know, in my personal life, and that was pretty cool. You know what I'm saying? And we'll talk about that in due course, maybe. So I am going back to England a week Monday, something like that, but only for a few days, not a long one. You know what I'm saying? So it'll be good. So I do appreciate your patience, especially those of you that are, you know, channel members. You don't moan, you support me, and I really do appreciate it. You know what YNWA means. Okay, I did the KopTalk podcast yesterday. That's available on Amazon Podcast, Google Podcast, Spotify, Apple Podcast. I don't know, anything. It's everywhere. I'm not sure I'll get time to do one today because it's 1:10 for me, and I want to get some more stuff done. All right, so just bear with me, and if you don't hear from me again, I will be back with you on Monday. All right, guys, have a great weekend, and thanks for watching.